Liquid really provides kind of a unique solution, and that's why we're excited about continuing to work with them here. Is really about, this kind of answers the question that we had in the beginning. It's kind of starting to bring it all together. Is, how do we handle that user experience challenge when it's just good enough, right? And you're bringing in AVD and Citrix, or even local apps, right? So what Liquid's able to do is really it's an aggregation, an automation and orchestration platform, and really focused around kind of user experience, right? So what it's able to do is be able to have a single portal for local apps, Citrix, DAS, AVD, and I say plus because they're saying it can also aggregate Horizon, Frame, AWS. We're focusing on specifically on AVD here. Hybrid's definitely the way forward, right? Public and private, 100%, as well as hybrid DAS. We're seeing more and more customers starting to pick off and look at using both solutions. If you don't need the advanced remoting protocol and policy controls and things that Citrix provides, AVD is pretty good. Well, then let's use it with a single common interface, right? But the other piece there is that also helps you to optimize costs. Use the best delivery method for the correct situation, right? Versus being able to having to use a premium plus license when the user maybe is just doing more kiosk type functionality or task-based work. Situational awareness with smarter icons is probably the coolest feature. And that's really where basically it will automatically detect. You can create conditional rules and context-based rules based on user location and 50 plus different rules, which basically will show those icons based on their location, right? If they're in the West Coast, maybe we're going to show them the AVD desktop because that's in the closest region to them, and they won't see the other icons, right? So that's a really neat feature. And I had mentioned aggregating those applications. The other big piece that I really enjoyed, which I've been asking for years from Citrix and some other folks, really is being able to personalize the portal, right? You can personalize Citrix Workspace and Storefront, but what about you as a personal user? That's really gets back to kind of that MySpace is you can 100% personalize the portal, which is really cool, and it stays constant per each user, which is really neat. So if you want dark mode, you get it. Whatever logo you want, you get it. So it's your own personal space. Built-in UEM capabilities, which we won't touch on today, but essentially it does have built-in UEM capabilities, and as well as software deployment and release management, which is kind of an interesting piece. We're looking at now at helping to create some synergies to potentially create a connector for Turbo and do some delivery of that as well. Release management is really neat, kind of it taking you through the whole DTAP stage essentially. So typically we go and create separate dev, prod, UAT environments. We'll create multiple catalogs or rolling catalogs. Built into this, it's all built into the platform and the logic where you can basically create and edit packages and put them into those different staging environments. So really neat solution. And this is what really is the glue that's going to kind of bring it all together. So with that said, let's kind of get into some demos and kind of show you how it all comes together.
Yeah.